Which leads us to today's video. Our personal pick for the top 10 pound-for-pound fighters in the world. It's been a while since we've made one of these, but rest assured, there hasn't been a significant punch landed in the last few years that will not be taken into account today.
Kovalev's not even committing to it. Here it is. Kovalev's hurt. Kovalev's down. Kovalev's out. It's over.
Admittedly, our list is in contrast to many other prominent sports writers this year. However, clarification will be given for each placement. Pound for pound, one of the hardest punchers in world boxing, Gervonta Tank Davis isn't a name quite yet associated with the sport's current upper echelon, but that's not due to a lack of effort or risks taken by the 26-year-old Baltimore bruiser.
This young man right here, natural-born superstar. But the ultimate goal is to get him to surpass me.
Gervonta made it 5 out of 5 for world title defenses, ending in a knockout after ironing out the top contender Leo Santa Cruz at the tail end of October. The sturdiest test of his career so far, and he came through with flying colors, making Cruz miss for multiple rounds before landing an uppercut raised from hell in the fifth. With the Gamboa fight from last year aside, he carries severe punching power in both hands, but has ring credit and fighting intelligence to create problems for his opponents and leave them guessing when and where the next power punch is coming from. With no disrespect meant for Santa Cruz because he is a top 514, the boxing world started taking more notice of the young Texan once Floyd Mayweather openly described the trouble he gave him in sparring leading up to Money May's Andre Berto fight.
Yeah, I told you the guy was pushing me. He was giving me that good work. I said, no, this is what I need. You know, at first I came in, he kind of caught me off guard. I said, okay, I see him. So he made me, in training camp, he made me tighten my game up.
Rare praise from the self-proclaimed greatest of all time. Yet, ever since, Errol has gone from strength to strength, dispatching the world's top welterweights in championship fights while remaining undefeated.
He's very game right now, but he's hurt. Oh, and he goes out. He is out.
Keith Thurman's up me.
This is well, Keith Thurman up there.
Keith Thurman's up me.
I got him out.
He knows it.
Revered today for his limitless stamina and energy-sapping body shots, Spence likes to take his time to dispatch his prey, with a good example being his victory over Kell Brook in 2017, where he systematically broke down Special K with brutal body blows to make the championship rounds a near-on impossible task for his opponent.
Errol Spence really is a quality operator, and he'll go on from here, I think, and dominate this division.
In more recent times, Spence has performed at a true pound-for-pound level in victories over Mikey Garcia and Sean Porter, using calculated tactics to defeat top-grade opposition in the welterweight division.
1 minute remaining, and Spence said that's what he wanted to do.
This video was put together before Spence's upcoming showdown with Danny Garcia, another top fight, but a bout that wouldn't have changed my ranking for him either way, assuming that he wins. Spence was involved in a severe car crash at the end of last, but he's since made a full recovery. However, the severity of the incident worries me that he might not return to the ring as the unstoppable force he once was. Only time will tell. Due to Spence's... The takeover has begun. As of 2020, 0 question marks remain around the Brooklyn-born freight train Teofimo Lopez.
Lopez getting right to it. Wow! What a knockdown by Lopez!
I did 12 rounds and a backflip. I'm still in shape.
When a fighter is hyped up early on in their career as much as Teofimo was, doubt usually surfaces among the hardcore community. Can he take a punch? Can he go the distance? Can he do it on a cold, rainy night in Stoke? All reasonable questions. Yet in what has to be one of the first instances I can remember, there was little to no hate or doubt at all, and that's due to the incredible career pathing Top Rank has provided him so far.
Oh, big left hand. I don't think he'll get up from that. That was a huge left hand. This fight's all over.
Barely a year after turning pro in 2016, Teofimo threw himself in the deep end of the lightweight division and started putting beatdowns on the who's who of the top 15.
This fight is over. Teofimo Lopez with a backflip.
Exceptional performances ending with one-punch knockouts became routine through 2018 and 2019, with the latter mentioned here, seeing him crowned world champion after defeating the tricky and avoided Richard Comey with staggering
Moments
ease.
away from having it happen, and there it is. He has done it.
Becoming a world champion only ignited his hunger and determination further. Who's happy with one belt when you have to hold four to be the undisputed king of a given division?
Take all, let's do this.
My initial doubts as to whether Lopez was ready for such a matchup were erased reasonably quick as he used top draw tactics to limit Lomachenko offensively, while racking up round after round by sticking ramrod jabs in Loma's face.
He has committed to that from the start. It was a good 11th round from Lomachenko, but a good finish to it from Lopez as he's stalking forward here. We have 1 round to go.
Lomachenko did show his class in the latter stages of the fight, clawing back some of those rounds. But it just resulted in Lopez's victory being that much more praiseworthy as he overcame the onslaught by showing maturity far beyond what the boxing world expected.
And I had to dig in there. And now, it feels good.
Lopez has no introduction as needed for our number 7 pick, as Anthony Joshua is not only one of boxing's best pugilists on paper, but has acquired millions of fans worldwide, making him one of the sport's most celebrated attractions.
Too sharp and too powerful from Joshua, who's slicing into ribbons here. Left off for AJ!
Boxing fame doesn't come easy, however, unless you're a YouTuber, of course, as Joshua has built one of the best heavyweight resumes in recent decades, using his sharp all-around skill set to boast over 9 world title fights already during his relatively short-lived career.
What I have to do to beat Wilder? Get him in the ring, and I'll knock him spark out.
A boxer-puncher at heart, who has adapted his skill set accordingly, the days of blasting out fringe contenders have long passed as Joshua now continues to challenge consistent top 10 opposition.
Shaken in the 7th. On a left hand and a right hand, and down goes the Russian.
The loss to Andy Ruiz Jr. last year certainly hindered his career, but with a convincing win in the immediate rematch, I'm not sure the wider boxing press treats him fairly when it comes to the rankings. Am I really the only one that considers him a top fighter? Either way, at 31 years old, there are still a few good years for AJ. A pound-for-pound slot for the legendary Filipino slugger Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao is certainly nothing new or out of the ordinary.
Bang, 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 bang. Oh!
Pacquiao became the oldest welterweight champion in history with his win over Keith Thurman last year, and joined George Foreman as the only 2 pro boxers to win world titles 20 years apart.
Now I prove it again at age of 40, so Manny Pacquiao's journey still continue.
Since his controversial defeat to Jeff Horn in 2017, Manny appears to be rolling back the years with consecutive prime-like performances over Matisse, Broner, and Thurman respectively. However, with no outing in 2020 and lurking rumors of a Conor McGregor fight being next, this will likely be the last time he features on a current list like this.
There, then moves away. Now his back is against the ropes. Margarito tries to press the action. Pacquiao hits him flush with a big left hand.
Manny's speed, power, and footwork have remained the gold standard in boxing ever since he conquered America in the mid-2000s. It doesn't matter what weight he fights at, or what age he fights at. His legendary skill set always finds a way to give his opponents hell.
Bit of a smile from Manny Pacquiao. Oh, down goes Thurman! Thurman knocked down late in round 1.
The fact that this is a 41-year-old's performance after the legendary Japanese bantamweight Fighting Harada retired in 1970, the Asian boxing scene as a whole took a dip, and more traditional sports such as wrestling and amateur martial arts became the only competitive entertainment Japanese spectators were interested in watching.
In the days that followed, millions of Japanese seemed totally mesmerized by the American champ. It was as if Godzilla, the movie monster of the 1950s, had returned to Tokyo.
However, during the mid-2000s, with rising champions in Takashi Uchiyama and Hozumi Hasegawa, things started looking up, and young Japanese kids took inspiration in the fighting game once again.
And we were told to expect something special. That was quite a show.
One of those kids is perhaps the most fearsome and dangerous pugilist to ever emerge from the rising sun. He may look like a BTS member, but you don't get the nickname the Monster for no reason.
And he's called the Monster, Andre, because of his knockout power in the 11 knockouts in 13 fights. Now Ortiz is going to... Oh, my God! Unbelievable!
After a stellar amateur career, Inoue wasted no time fighting journeymen and became a world champion after merely 6 fights, defeating Adrian Hernandez for the WBC light flyweight title. 6 years and 16 fights later, Inoue has never taken a backward step, progressing through multiple divisions while capturing an array of championship belts. Inoue's crowning moment came at the tail end of 2019 when he faced the fellow Asian star Nonito Donaire in the World Boxing Super Series final. A fight that on paper looked routine for Naoya, yet the action that transpired made the bookmakers look foolish.
That's that time. And Donaire comes back with that famous left hook. Both men exchanging. Walking through them so far. Catches Inoue on the chin. Short left hook. Inoue tried to hang on there.
In what became the Ring Magazine Fight of the Year, both Inoue and Donaire traded blows at a relentless pace for the entire 12 rounds, each man testing their opponent's limit, with Inoue's classy boxing skills and brutish power ultimately being the deciding factor.
Still undefeated, Naoya!
After signing with Bob Arum and Top Rank in 2019, boxing fans were treated to another monster stateside showcase in October this year against Jason Maloney.
But sometimes big right hand there from Inoue, and Maloney takes it, and he takes 2 steps back.
Inoue thoroughly impressed, landing unmerciful haymakers before scoring a KO in the 7th.
Round 7. Oh, the big right hand from Naoya Inoue. It is over. Naoya the Monster Inoue on Halloween night knocks out Jason Mayhem Maloney.
In turn, honestly remember cleaning out an entire division while leaving no stones unturned.
He's probably now best bar 15.5 stone now, and the hand speed is tremendous.
The run included wins over the now consensus #1 Maris Breidis, the murderous punching Murat Gassiev, topped off with a highlight reel KO of the much-informed Tony Bellew.
And score. And then he nailed the right. Oh! Usyk building up, and it's over just like that.
However, after signing with DAZN last year, the quantity and quality of his fights took a notable dip. Of course, adapting to a new division takes time, especially when it's a 30 to 40 pound difference. Yet, as a man pushing the boundaries of his prime years, I honestly expected more than Chaz Witherspoon and Derek Chisora as his first opponents. On a positive note, we did learn a lot about Usyk's capabilities at heavyweight from the Chisora fight.
I am going all out. I'm going guns blazing all out.
As promised by the man himself, Chisora pushed the Ukrainian hard during the opening rounds, throwing his full arsenal of shots with vicious intentions. However, the legendary engine we've seen from Usyk in the past came to fruition once again, taking over the fight entirely by the 7th and continuing his dominance to the final bell.
My boxing, it's real testing heavyweight, Chisora, big guy, hard guy. It's beautiful boxing. I love boxing.
I've been quite reserved with my opinion on Usyk at heavyweight. The number of advantages he yields to the monsters at title level makes the dream of becoming a 2-weight undisputed champ seem like an impossible task. Yet, with his movement